Hi guys, Leah here. I wanted to pop in today and talk a little bit about organization and how I keep myself organized and how I am running my business through Google Apps. I'm loving it. I just recently transitioned everything over to Google Apps and it's proving to be really efficient and really super awesome for me to go to a one-stop place for everything, for all of my Posh related needs. So I have a designated email for my Posh business. I'm a big proponent of keeping things separate. My email is separate from my Posh email. My personal Facebook separate from my VIP page. I think that that's a good thing to do. So my Posh email is, oh my gosh, I love my Posh at gmail.com. And this is my inbox. And this is what we're looking at right now. So in Gmail, when you're in your inbox, if you go up here to the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the apps that Gmail offers to you or that Google offers to you. The main ones that I use are Calendar, Docs, and Sheets. And I want to talk first about the calendar because it is what I live and breathe and die by. And I want to tell you how I go about creating calendars and adding things and show you the different calendars that I have in here so that you can kind of see how I keep myself organized. So here is the Google Calendar. And it automatically defaults to the week view. And that's how I have it set up. And I like it that way. But for this demonstration, I want to show you the month of June. And I want to look at that. It's like the rainbow on there. And if you look at it just like that, that is really daunting. That's very scary. It makes me want to throw up. But if you think about it in a way of if I wasn't this organized, if I just had to try to remember all of these things, I would be like crying every day. I wouldn't be able to do it. So having your information and your to-do list and your reminders all in one place is super helpful. So take a look over here on the left-hand side. These are all the calendars that are being displayed right now. Okay, so I have my customer birthdays. I have my husband's work schedule, so I know who will be home to take care of our toddler. I have my Facebook parties. I have my follow-up calendar, my hostess coaching, anything miscellaneous, my Posh team, my pre-posts, and any reminders, and finally, my VIP room. So this is everything that I do with my Posh business broken down into certain calendars. So let's uncheck these all for just a moment. When you uncheck them, they disappear from your calendar. So there's an easy way to look at all of this information. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is if I'm looking at a blank calendar and I realize, hey, I want to set up a new calendar, some form of to group some information together and color code it so I know what I'm looking at. You can add new calendars by going over to the left-hand side, clicking on this drop-down menu, and choosing to create a new calendar. So this calendar name, we'll just call it Test Calendar. I won't add, I usually don't add any description because I try to keep the calendar names pretty specific. There's no need to make this calendar public because it's just for my eyes only. You can set your time zone. I am a proud Pittsburgher, so we're in the Eastern time zone. I don't need to share this particular calendar with anybody because it's just for me. If you were doing team trainings, if you were doing hostess coaching and you wanted to set a meeting with your hostess, that would be a good way to do this. But I typically don't share my calendars with people just because they're for me and my organizational purposes. And then I just create the calendar. Okay. Once you create the calendar, it will appear over here once the changes are saved. There it is. Now Google has assigned it the color purple, and that's fine that we can use that color. So let's say that I had to do a test Facebook party on June 2nd. Okay, I'll do test Facebook, party, and I just clicked on this. That's how it popped up. I didn't have to right click or anything. I just click on the day and I can add an event. From the drop-down menu here, I can add this test Facebook party under any of these calendars. And I'm choosing test calendar because that's the category it falls in for me. I can then edit the event. It's not all day. I try to have my Facebook parties take place at 9 o'clock in the evening. And even though it's a 30-minute Facebook party, I'm allowing myself to be available for an hour for my hostess and her guests. I don't typically add a location. That color's fine. It belongs to this calendar, and I can just click save. And you can see it appears on the calendar in that color on that day. There it is. So if I don't want to look at that, I just unclick it and it goes away. So these are all toggles. These are all buttons that you can push to look at information or not look at information. So I have my customer birthdays here. My customer birthdays are just a little bit of ramped up customer service that I give to my guests. In addition to them getting their 500 perk points from Posh, I send out birthday cards on the first of every month, and you can see that I have that reminder here. A little birthday card that says if you reach out to me and place an order with Posh sometime during your birthday month, you are going to get 25% off of your entire order. And you might be thinking to yourself, girl, that is your whole commission. And yes, it is. But I believe in making these relationships count with the hostesses and the customers. We're in a marathon, you guys. It's not a sprint. And I have to celebrate them when celebrating is due. And I have to give them the customer service that they deserve. So that's what I choose to do on their birthdays. I send out the birthday cards on June 1st or the first of the month for those birthdays in that month. So you can see this month I have Tina, Leah, and Cindy who need birthday cards from me this month. Diebold, that's my husband's work schedule. That's my Facebook parties. My Facebook parties fall in line here. You can see when time they are, when so-and-so's party is going to close. Do I need to reach out to somebody to book a Facebook party? I keep track of all of this so that I can watch when I need to be where and what's expected of me when. I have a calendar specifically for follow-up. I send thank you cards every Sunday, and I will show you how I do that in another training. But every Sunday I'm sending thank you cards as a follow-up. If I send any samples out, I want to follow up with those people to make sure that they're doing okay with them. So anything that would fall under follow-up, I have in its own separate calendar. Hostess coaching, so important. I have a calendar for that because there's a lot of touch points for hostesses, and I want to make sure they're getting the best service that I have to offer. And so I put all of that in a blue calendar there for hostess coaching. Anything miscellaneous, if I have to run to the post office, if I have to do anything that doesn't fall into one of these main categories, I just label it under miscellaneous. I have a Posh team calendar. So I have feature of the weeks on here for every Sunday. I have the splurges on here for every third Thursday. Any kind of training I'm doing for my team or for the team in general, I have on here so that I can make sure that I don't miss it. That all falls under Posh team. My pre-posts are a big deal. I need a calendar for these because there's a ton of them every day. So I want to make sure that I'm getting them all done in a timely manner. And then I don't think I put any reminders up there. And then my VIP room. I try to touch base with my VIPs in my VIP room every Wednesday via Facebook Live. And I just have a reminder on my calendar to do that. So if you look at my calendar like this, it kind of makes you want to throw up, right? There's way too many colors here. It looks like, Fruit Loops gone crazy. So I never look at it this way for that very reason, because it makes me want to cry. I look at it via day, and each day you can see it's a lot easier to look at, and it's color. I know exactly what these mean. I know exactly what me when, what day, all that kind of good stuff. It's awesome. The kicker is I have to be sure that I put everything in the calendar. I have to, because if I miss something, then I'm not going to, I have too much going on to try to memorize all of this. So even if I have to make a trip to the post office, I put post office in there. I have to mail Andrea her cackle spackle, and I'm mailing it here. So even simple things like that, so that I am organized and staying on track. It's super important. So this is how I use Google Calendar. I also have an app on my phone so that I can see it all the time. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. But this is how I use Google Calendar in my business to make my life more organized. And I hope it was helpful to you. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.